Welcome to the Uncommon Transformation television series.
The importance of roads as a critical infrastructure and driver of the socio-economic well-being of a given society cannot be overemphasized. They are the access through which goods and services are delivered. A country or state's road network should be efficient in order to maximize economic and social benefits. Roads play a very significant role in achieving national development and contributing to the overall performance and social functioning of the community. Roads infrastructure contributes significantly to GDP and a substantial proportion of fiscal income to a state like Akwa Ibom, which has become one of the fastest growing destinations in Nigeria. It is a fact that roads enhance mobility, taking people out of isolation and therefore poverty. In China, for instance, the government has popularized this belief by emphasizing that for any economy to develop, transport, which translates to road infrastructure, must start off first and later stimulate other sectors of the economy to develop in an orderly fashion. Here in Akwa Ibom State, the vision of the governor to grow the state's economy is in tandem with this development model.
If they feel that what I'm doing is magnificent, I mean, in nature, the design, in almost all the projects, then I will advise that other governments should follow suit. The reason is that the money we are getting now is not inexhaustible. We are getting money from oil, which is a perishable item. And of course, the day could come that the oil has no value in the market. Internationally, people are struggling to make sure they don't depend on crude oil. They are trying to make sure they develop battery that can fly planes, and also develop battery that you can recharge at battery recharge stations, and then you drive your car and go to wherever. So if a time comes that crude oil is no longer a dominant economic thing in the market, then Nigeria will be in trouble unless we develop other sources of revenue. And so my thinking when I came in as a governor was to imagine an economy without crude oil and what will happen. And then that means that we may not have enough money to go back into reconstructing roads, because I've had to reconstruct most of the roads that were earlier constructed some 10, 20 years ago. And the reasons are obvious, that they were not done to last. So I decided to go into sustainable construction, and so I insist that any road I do will have a minimum of 15 years without a pothole. Major dualized roads must have minimum of 20 years without a pothole, and so I had to go into soil reclamation, and of course they were slightly more costly because we have to dig and move the earth, and of course this is a swampy area with a lot of clay, so sometimes we have to remove the clay soil and then go back until we see the red earth. And then from there we start soil reclamation, and then we then go and buy red earth from elsewhere and start piling. And that had been the constructions you are seeing along the way. And I changed the configuration to insist on stone base with a little bit of the sawdust and other thing before you think of going to put asphalt. That wasn't the case in the past. People were doing politically motivated roads. Since the glamour around the entire country is for access and road construction, people would just come and put laterite. After laterite, you put asphalt, and then people will clap for you. You can do that in the northern part of the country where you don't have a lot of rainfall and the roads will last. But if you do that in the southern part of this country, in the Niger Delta, within the first rain, by the second rain, you either have potholes or the roads are totally washed off. And so the next government comes and does the same thing. That wasn't why I came.
The decayed road infrastructure he met on ground was such that no investor would want to invest his money in a society that was near comatose. The angst he felt was translated into positive development. Thus, for the past 7 years and counting, the government has built over 400 roads totaling more than 1,800 kilometers. The same period saw the administration build over 28 bridges, reconnecting communities and businesses hitherto cut off from each other in the 3 senatorial districts of the state. The clusters of flyovers at the time were also built. The Uyo-Ikorekpene-Aba Road is undergoing dualization. Ekomi-Manekiri-Tam Road has been completed. The beautiful Aka-Numudu Road has been dualized, starting from Plaza in the heart of Uyo, going all the way to Ibesikbu local government headquarters. This is a delight to behold. The Ekomi-Mani-Kodokwi-Kono dualization with a suspended bridge at Abak is nearing completion. Abaki-Kodekpene dualization is an engineering marvel, while Etemekbu Road, terminating at Iwukem, has opened that access to business opportunities and seamless transportation. These are only a small part of the road revolution the Akpabio-led administration has brought to bear on the people.
One of the key things that he did was to move in on road refurbishing, road reconstruction. And that was because the road network and infrastructure was very poor. Poor in the sense that the access to places had broken down. Huge craters of failed portions, because those ones are not potholes. Those ones are failed portions. So huge craters full of water, potholes littering everywhere, and then inter-local government roads were not pliable because of the same failed nature.
It's one of the infrastructural developments. Then when you have a good road, you know there will be business booming, all the people will be building houses. Like this area, it was not like this before. But when this road was opened, people are building houses, stores, and development in all nooks and crannies are coming round.
Has changed our life. The road alone have changed the life of the youth of this place, because in the past people do not have access to work in companies. The companies that work this road, our boys are there now working.
I'm very, very happy as I'm seeing this kind of development in our site, and I thank the governor that bringing this kind of a thing.
Before now, most people don't know there are places like this. But with this new development, the road everywhere is open, and it's a good thing for the citizens.
I must appreciate the effort of the governor for making this road very beautiful like this. Formerly, the road was very terrible. In fact, it was a rural road, but now it is open and vehicles is like an expressway.
One of the very important and strategic roads the Akpabio-led administration has built is the Enen Nsit road. This road cuts across 3 local governments beginning from Etinan through Nsitibum and terminating at Nsurubium. And from here, motorists can connect Eket local government. The strategic importance of this road to the economy of Akwa Ibom State therefore cannot be overemphasized. The Akpabio-led administration is already known for building bridges to prosperity. The Enen Nsit road is no different, as it has 3 bridges all built by this administration. According to the inhabitants, this all-important road, with its historical socio-cultural pedigree, was left to rot by previous administrations. They told Uncommon Transformation Crew that just over a year ago, it was absolutely impossible to traverse the area to engage in any meaningful venture, as the road was no better than a bush track. Agricultural produce from the area often got rotten due to the horrific condition of the road. This made it near impossible to evacuate same to sell points in other parts of the state. They were literally cut off from civilization. The story is, however, different today, as the nylon-tarred road is there as a testimony to what focused, purposeful, and visionary leadership can achieve.
I want to thank the transformer himself, because he has done a great job giving us this Enen Nsit. This Enen Nsit is a kind of gift that we've collected from this administration, and it has impacted positively in the lives of our youth, our elders, and even the businesses all around here. And I want to thank Governor Godswill Akpabio very much, because previously, if I would tell you 7 years ago, this road we did not have a linkage from Ikontanse to Ikorokunsut and probably to Ekpenikpan that leads to our local government headquarters. But ever since this road has been created, we have an access that we can go very easily to our local government headquarters, and at least we have relationship with them. And secondly, I want to thank Governor Akpabio, because this road also has improved our business status. It has given us, most of us, it has given us job opportunity, because it have allowed people that have money to build shops around this road and probably employed 1 or 2 youths around this environment. So I want to tell him thank you very much.
Some out of, because if you want to pass here to Afarafion or Etinan, it is not so easy. Everybody normally pass the other way, but now people are taking through here to Afaransat Eket because of how smooth the road is. And we thank the Governor Godswill Akpabio for the uncommon transformation of this road.
Positively, the life of these people living here, we are able to go to things and come back in time. The road was very bad. It was just, let me say, a dead trap. But today we can be proud of it.
Teeing off the road from the Tinan axis onto Anyam, it is evident that businesses are springing up and life generally is looking good. The road sector is an efficient and growing part of Akwa Ibom economy. Indeed, long-term growth is closely linked to road infrastructure and the capacity to implement a viable, fair and sustainable mobility. Roads also contribute efficiently to social integration by reducing the geographical handicap and bringing Akwa Ibom people together. These facts could not have been more aptly demonstrated by the reconstruction of the Anyam Bridge, the first of the 3 bridges along the Enen Nsit road.
Where I'm walking now is called the Anyam Bridge. It is the only link between Obongton community behind me here and Anyam community in front of me. Before now, this place was so bad that people could not move from point A to point B. Businesses practically came to a halt because the road was not in existence. If you can look, as you can see, down there to my far left is the old bridge that was broken down. It was the only link between these 2 villages. But once the bridge collapsed, there was no means of transportation whatsoever. There was no means to move from point A to point B until Governor Akpabio came to build this bridge and reconstruct this road. The people say the only means of transportation they had was by means of a canoe. And how much can they do with canoe? Their sand business could not move. They could not move goods and services from point A to point B, and they were comatose. But right now the story is different. As you can see, I can walk majestically along this bridge without any let or hindrance. Likewise, motorists can drive all the way from Obontong to Ayam without any let or hindrance also. This is what visionary leadership is all about, and that is what Governor Akpabio is providing for his people. And the people of Nsitibum here are very happy because of this road.
The collapse of the old bridge, which turned the people into emergency riverine people, as canoeing became the only means of transportation and getting across the river, was a harrowing experience for them. So, the reconstruction of this bridge, after the old one collapsed, was a welcome relief to them as they relieved their experiences.
Thank God for the Akpabio administration, because before we find it difficult because of the old bridge that collapsed. There was no way to cross over, means of transport, no way. The only way we could cross over was like when we were using this, our native manual boats we use in walking here. So later, we so much thank God that Akpabio has come to visit us.
Before, for some years ago, people were suffering here, how to cross this beach, go to Buntong, or come back to Anyam. It was too busy, and we don't have any plans. But then we were using canoe to cross. So now, everybody has crossed free. Nothing to pay, nothing to say, stop there, look this, do that. Nothing. Everybody has enjoyed free route now.
So what impact has the reconstructed road and bridge had on their businesses?
Life was so difficult because even we that the business we are doing here, the sand we are digging here, there was no road for tipper to come and pick sand. Do you understand? Everywhere was scattered, the road erosion, everywhere people collapse. Erosion carries people, you understand? So that was how it was before. So now it's okay. You can easily cross from Bunton to Onyam to the local government, Nsitibum local government to Asang, and there is no problem for now. It's okay.
The people were not alone in their joy as the government of Governor Akpabio came to their rescue. The paramount ruler of Nsitibum, His Royal Majesty Edidem Manasseh, was thankful that the government remembered them by fixing the road and bridge. However, he noted that a period in between was not worth remembering.
Even the baby in the womb can appreciate our dear governor for the transformation he has made ever since he was elected as a governor of this great state. You see, this Enen Nsit was in a terrible position, mostly at the rainy season. Nobody can pass, talk of vehicle or even pedestrian, very difficult. But I really appreciate, me and my community do appreciate our dear governor for constructing this Enen Nsit from Ikot Ekan across down to Ikot Dan, cross down to Nsitibum. He has done very well, which mouth cannot say. I so love him, I like him. Is an able governor. It's terrible, really terrible. You know, say we are not an riverine people. We cannot move by canoe. We only use maybe motorcycle or bicycle or vehicle. But when it was that raining season, it was terrible for us to pass through canoe. It was very, very difficult. The people from Anyam cannot cross down to Buntong. Talk of people of Buntong to cross to Anyam. But thank God we have been comfortable for having a good new road.
The paramount ruler also bared his thoughts on what business outlook has been like since the road and bridge were fixed.
Our business is moving very well. We just put something, either banana or whatever you have, people passing will just buy it. We feel comfortable because we have a new road, a good road at that time also.
The journey along Enen Nsit Road continues from Obontong all the way to Eyasana. At this point, we have the second bridge. Looking down from the top of the bridge, one could see the carcass of the old one, with some youth cooling off with a swim in the cold waters below. The importance of Enen Nsit Road cannot be overemphasized, as it also serves as a major access to the state capital. In a state like Akwa Ibom, with very rich arable land, with over 80% inland freight by road, the traveling public first choice is by road. This makes it predominantly first choice for personal mobility. The total length of Enen Nsit Road is 31.5 kilometers. It is divided into two sections of 20 kilometers for the first and 10.5 kilometers for the second, with a wearing course of 60 millimeters. This in itself is a record, as only roads in the FCT can boast of this quality. An engineer from the Ministry of Works, the supervising ministry, Engineer Ekpo, confirms the terrible nature of the road before the intervention and sheds more light on how this engineering was achieved.
That road is designed with, compacted lateritic sub-base, to the highest standard. And it has the base course. We have stone base. The base course is made up of stone base. And before we came in, you don't use cross stone for stone base. They used to use laterite for stone base. So for this road to be able to last to that point, this specification have been brought in to make sure that the road lasts to that. And you see that toward the approaches of the bridges, you have drains. Those are the features that are going to help the road to stand the test of time. And again, you have hard shoulders. Hard shoulders. If you see the road that we're here, it's very, very rare for you to see road in the rural area having hard shoulders. But this is the specification that came in to make sure that road lasts, for not less than that number of years that I've mentioned.
The third and the last bridge along this road is at Ikoro Biondwa. This stretch ushers motorists into Nsirubium, the third local government the Enen Nsit Road passes through. Here, some transporters who are direct beneficiaries of the road speak up about their experiences.
We have seen that before time, Enen Nsit Road was nothing to write home about. But now I thank the governor so much because he has made free flow of traffic, and people that are living close to that road are feeling fine. In number one, they have access road to sell their products, and they can now move from Nsirubium to Uyo freely.
Because like we that transport haulage, we that do haulage or transport goods, you need good roads like this. Without good roads like this, it will be difficult for you, the driver, and it will be difficult for the transport.
The road is perfect, and I love the good work of His Excellency Chief Godswill Akpabio. He has done marvelous. We appreciate how what he's done. This road is very, very good, and it is good for a safe drive.
While they are grateful, they still have more expectations. Roads are an undeniable source of socio-economic welfare and will continue playing a dominant role in the transport of goods and services. The government of Akwa Ibom State's policy of adopting the Chinese model that good road network will stimulate other sectors of the economy was not misplaced. The people are today better off for it. This is uncommon transformation.
latest information of the monumental achievements of the Governor Akpabio-led administration. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter and YouTube to read the latest news, watch amazing videos and listen to in-depth analyses and interviews with the men and women working hand in hand with stakeholders to make Akwa Ibom State better. You can also log on to our website www.uncommontransformation.tv for more information. Uncommon Transformation Television Series, bringing to you the right and current information when you need it.